Bryony, and welcome to
You got
everybody.
Smoking nuts,
Yeah,
Bryony.
welcome to everybody watching on Facebook, YouTube, and the Cooks Collective live stream. If you've got any questions, multitasking here, then feel free to pop them in the comments section below, and we will answer them at the end for you. So, what are we cooking today, Tracy?
Now today, this recipe is really beautiful.
Got
You've
stuck
got
nuts.
stuck nuts
Yeah,
in
I
the
got it.
pan. Right. So today we're going to be showing you how to make a fresh basil pesto. We're going to be cooking linguine and some fresh squid here as well, and scorching some tomatoes. So it's a beautiful pasta dish that can be cooked almost as quick as the pasta can be cooked, really.
Can do.
So Bry's going to start off with cooking the pasta and getting ready for that to start off with. So here we go, ready, setty.
Yeah, so I've got some ample boiling water and a nice big pinch of salt in there. And we're doing the linguine today, so that cooks in 8 minutes using the Barilla brand. Whoop, getting it out of the box, very tricky.
We've got about 350 grams in there, so it's exactly the right amount. In fact, it's 348 grams. I can't lie.
8 a piece.
Yeah, I can't lie. There was
Whoop, and now my pan's hot too.
2 grams less.
And so yeah, I'm just going to get them into the water. You've got that trick where you twist it and stuff, and I still don't believe that. There's a
You don't believe it?
well, you say it softens and then it falls in, and it's
Well, it
like, well,
does.
that's what happens when you put it in anyway. Anyway, we'll discuss that later. Woo.
Okay.
All right.
So trick with pasta is get your water up boiling as soon as possible. Look at her go. This woman is good.
So I've got the timer on. I'm just getting it under the
I'm going to let you
water.
carry on with your tomatoes. And
Yeah,
things, and then we're
then
going
I've
to come
got a
over to me.
super
with
hot
the squid.
pan because we're going to scorch the tomatoes, so they needs to be hot. That was the anticlimactic, wasn't it?
Yes. Do you want to turn your pan down to about whatever?
All right. Now the water's come back to the boil. I can turn that heat down a little bit and just stir the pasta to make sure that it's all under the water and it's not also sticking together. Ooh, I'm flicking water on here, so got lots of smoky things going on.
What we thought we'd do with this is we do it in 2 pans, basically. So we've got a frying pan to do all the frying bits in, and we've got our water boiling for the pasta. So to start off with, I thought it'd be a good idea to do the squid on the grill, didn't I? And Bryony very sensibly said, "Why are you doing another?"
I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to have
thing
another
to wash up.
That's right.
So I said, "Gosh, you're right," like that, and said, "Let's do it all in a pan." So hence, this is what we're doing. So we thought scorched tomatoes were quite nice. I don't want to just do pesto, pasta, and squid, because it's not enough vegetables, is it? So we're going to add these little scorched tomatoes. If you've got some salt on those, they definitely need some salt.
I did. Oh, no,
you?
that might have been the
Water.
I was doing the pasta.
Yeah. I'm just going to see if I can add that
Oh,
last
that's
bit of oil.
Yeah, that's gonna
I
put
want
a
a
little
little bit more oil in there, because that's it. Ooh,
All right, now it's
lovely.
sizzling.
Lovely.
So we're going to see. I left them in the pan so we get the charring on one side, and then I can give them a little move around and get another side done. And they're just sort of blistering a little bit, aren't they?
They are. Well, I thought scorched was quite nice, like, oh, scorched, like that. So while that's happening there, we've got a bowl to put the tomatoes in when they're finished. The pine nuts are cooling down for my pesto in a second. And we just bought some squid tubes. So they are cleaned, but you do just have to be a little bit careful. As I was doing the other ones, I found some of the quills which inside the squid tube, which is basically their backbone. And I remember when I was very young first doing these, I was like, how come they put a bit of plastic inside each of the calamari, inside each of the squid? Well, it's actually their bone. So you don't really want that, because maybe some people plastic in your pasta dish. I don't know. But just make sure that you don't get any of those bits in there. So just with the calamari or the squid tubes, opening them up, just give it a little bit of a feel around. There's another little bit in there, just so that you know that you've got no plastic in there. And I'd just like to cut it in half, and then just quite a nice sort of even score. You don't want to cut right the way through the squid, But this just helps a little bit of seasoning go in there, and the flavour if you're,
and that was on the inside of the tube.
This is the inside of the tube, so that's the way it makes it curl. It also looks pretty, doesn't it, when you do that? But also with squid is that you need to make sure that it's really dry before you cook it, because anything wet going into a frying pan, it's not really going to fry, it's just going to stew, and you're not going to get any colour on it. So I'm just cutting all of these into strips because Bry's tomatoes are looking really perfect, like that. I take them out, so they're going to be a little bit into here.
Oh, into there.
Because then we'll put the squid in on the top, and it's got all the tomato juice and all that lovely bits and pieces.
All right.
So here's my squid that I've already.
And make sure the pan is super hot for this as well, because as soon as I put anything in, it's obviously going to drop the heat on the pan. Got some oil in there. And have you got salt on that?
Yeah, I've got squiddy fingers.
Squid fingers. You can give it a toss then if you've got the squiddy fingers.
That's lovely, perfect.
And I'm smoking, but I'm
a little bit more oil, possibly, just to be on the safe side. Do you think?
Yeah. Well,
do you want me to sort of like
add it as
toss it in?
Yep.
I think we need 2 more pieces in there. That's half.
Yeah. So spread it out, but leave it there to get that beautiful heat onto it. And I can see it doing its little curly thing.
Squid is one of those things that you either cook super fast, isn't it? Or you cook it long and slow. So this is a little bit of a fast one.
And how long would you say as a rule of thumb per side on the squid?
Oh, minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, not very much at all. Not very much at all. Yeah, we want it right up probably to about 12. Yeah. Because, we've put the squid in and it's cool from the fridge, then it cools down the pan. That looks looking beautiful, Bri. Absolutely gorgeous. You're never going to get it like super, super brown unless you do one strip at a time. So I just want everyone to sort of see this, because this is possibly the bit you go, I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing with my squid. How do I cook it so it's really nice?
So you can see there's liquid come out of it.
So which is a really good thing to show people, because this is getting to a stage now where it's stewing. I would now just tip the whole lot in on top of the tomatoes, reheat, and then Bri's going to do the second batch while I show you how to do the pesto.
Yeah, so really important at this stage to make sure you get some more heat in that, because we could see I had that up quite high. It was smoking to start with. But then the squid dropped the temperature. We had to turn the temperature up to get
a bowl. Yep, go on.
Get it frying, as opposed to, as you say, stewing.
Keep it nice.
So I've got another little sizzle in there, but we know that that's going to.
It's going to take another 2 minutes probably to heat that up again, isn't it?
Drop the temperature.
Yeah. Do you want to just give your pasta a little bit of a swirl in there? Make sure we've not stuck together or to the bottom of the pan. Wonderful. Okay, so you can do this with any long shaped pasta as well. I quite like it with the long shape with the pesto. Hey, you can do it with short pasta as well, can't you? Like, why do you have to do it with long pasta? I just quite like that. Like that.
Well, I'm starting to smoke here, so
okay, you're all right.
Pretty much ready to go.
All right, so let's go on to the pesto. It's very, very quick and easy to make. I have some beautiful basil leaves from my garden, picked this morning from the Shade House. Absolutely gorgeous, fresh as. Perfect time of year for basil. Be going completely wild if you've got it in the garden. So basil, we've got some Parmesan cheese that is already grated. Oh my gosh, can you smell that?
Oh no, I can smell the squid now.
Of course. Our pine nuts as well have cooled down.
And you can use any nut.
You can use pepitas,
cashews.
You know I do like it. I do like the nuts to be toasted, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit of a personal sort of thing. You don't have to have the nuts toasted, but I quite like the nuts toasted. A little bit of garlic in there as well.
When I was at college, we did a walnut pesto as well.
Yeah, walnuts.
Oh, there's my pasta.
What's the other one? Pepitas.
Cashew
with coriander is absolutely gorgeous with
coriander.
Fish. Yeah,
right.
Gorgeous. A little bit of black pepper and some salt flakes as well. And then I'm just going to turn that on and just pour in the olive oil. So we've got the cobram estate. We've got the cobram estate. That's perfect there again. It's almost like when it starts stewing, it's done.
Yeah, I've just got my pastas ready and
Gorgeous.
my squid ready at the same time.
All right, and I'm just going to turn this on. It's nothing really technical about this. It's just on.
So I'm just draining my pasta.
Need a scraper. Can you keep a little bit of the water? Awesome. I don't know why.
So yes, I have not rinsed the pasta or anything like that. As I bring the pasta over, there's a little bit of liquid still draining into that pot that we're going to mix everything up together in.
Why won't you drain the pasta?
Fully.
Sorry, why won't you rinse the pasta?
Because your sauce won't stick to it.
Yes.
And although, because my son eats plain pasta on its own, I rinse his pasta so it doesn't all stick together.
Yes, pasta you can't really cook before everyone's ready, can you? They have to be at the table and be ready to go.
So do you want me to pass that over to you?
Whoa. Yeah, if you want to. I'm just going to get that ready.
Tip the pasta in and the pesto.
Thank you.
Excellent.
So we've got a little bit of water in here. What I might do is actually take the water out and then I can always add it back into the pan. But if you've got too much water in there,
it'll get watery.
It would be all watery, wouldn't it? But that is much nicer than just plain water. Also, it's hot, which helps, isn't it? You don't want to put cold water in your pasta.
Yeah.
So we want about half a cup. I think I said on the recipe about half a cup of pesto in here. It's totally and utterly up to you, really, as to how much you really like.
You can store it in the fridge or freeze it.
Definitely, definitely. It freezes really beautifully.
How long would you store it in the fridge for?
In the fridge, week.
Week.
Do you reckon? A week, definitely. I mean, there's nothing really that's sort of going to go off, really, is there? I just think if you're not going to make your own pesto, which, like, really, can you smell that?
No, but I will.
Smell it? Come over here and smell it. Smell the roses. Smell the pasta.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, really delish. So, if you're not going to make your own pasta, I would go for a pesto. Sorry, I would go for perhaps one of those dippy pesto dips.
Yeah,
rather than a jar.
Okay.
Do you think
They're fresher?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I was actually thinking with the leftover pesto, blitz it up with some. Was it cashew and parmesan?
Like the one that Kristen
dip?
used to do.
Yeah, there's the dip with.
Can I have a bit more? No. Just want to make it so that because that the pasta will continue on soaking up the water. So and the pesto. So if it's not sort of nice and loose at this stage of the game, then by the time we've finished and people are eating it, I just want us to taste to check on the seasoning.
It's a bit hard with the microphone.
Is that quite nice? I think a bit of salt. Do you reckon a bit of salt? Okay. Let's get that out. I'll wash my hands. Gosh, someone's probably watching. He'll say, "Why didn't you wash your hands?" It's because it's Bryony and I in the kitchen
look at
together.
that liquid there.
Oh, beautiful, yeah. Just lost my...
Lost your what?
Just lost my pepper. A little bit of pepper.
Bit of pepper, bit of salt here.
Oh, I thought you just did that.
No, I was
How
waiting
weird
for you
is
because
that?
you went to
I thought she'd
wash
done
your
it.
hands.
Okay. All right, so we're going to just get piles of pasta like this. I'm just going to move this, sorry, Bri, over here so everyone can see what we're doing. And just, I'm not very good at this. Donna.
I was going to say it's the Donna Hay 12.
Donna. She's not here. We need Donna Hay. Just do a little twirl like this, if you want to.
Oh, beautiful.
Otherwise, don't worry about it. You can put some of that liquid in there as well. I was just going to get a spoon to serve these little babies up with as well. So I'll just pop that there. So I'm trying to do this left-handed, very tricky so that everyone can see. Very tricky. And this is actually going to look better. I've got to do it like this. This is actually going to look better than I've done the picture when we pre-tested it, because I suddenly sort of today,
about scoring
scoring the squid and having the squid nice and curly. So that, I think, has sort of slightly upped the presentation a little bit. I'd like to put a little bit more pasta on there.
Okay, is this
Just
your
a touch? Yeah, this is for me.
What about this liquid here?
Well, do you know what? I would actually put it into there. We're not going to do that at the moment.
As the liquid in the some of the liquid, so you had some of that extra flavour in there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, certainly can.
Little
save
basil
some little
leaves
basil leaves to just go on the top like that.
That's beautiful.
And if we really wanted to,
little drizzle.
Because I just love the
this way.
Yeah, I just love the olive oil. Sorry, the cameraman's just telling us whether it's in shot or not, as it's live, because we're live today. So there you go. That's a really quick meal, isn't it? If you make it with a friend, it can be as quick as this.
Yeah, that's
right. But if you
right.
make it with a friend, then you've got to share it with a friend.
Well, I think there's enough to share. You
try.
try.
I'll try this time. Oops.
Excellent. Oh, I'm just.
I know I can't. I know I'm twirling because I just don't want to get
Excellent.
too much. Otherwise, I'll never ever say another word, will I?
That's right. And the squid, yeah, excellent, beautiful, nice and tender. You can tell.
Oh my gosh, that
Excellent.
is good.
All right, so that's our pesto pasta and squid.
Beautiful.
Thanks for watching today. And
Next week
we
have
tandoori
lamb with a beautiful chunky salad and some turmeric rice for you tomorrow. Next week, and that's a really great barbecue recipe. And we'll be back next week, same time, cooking up something else that's delicious. Let us know if you do the squid with the pesto pasta, or you just do the pesto pasta and eat that with a lovely big salad. Delicious. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to send us your recipes as well for us to try in the kitchen, midweek recipes. And we've got one question. Is that on Facebook? I am just getting on there. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. We have just bought. Kathleen's just bought squid. Perfect. So you know what?
Are you out shopping, Kathleen?
Would you put parmesan on the pasta? Well, there's parmesan in the pesto, so
I'm not too keen on loads of cheese with fish or seafood, but that is totally up to you. If you like it, go for it. I'd probably prefer a squeeze of lemon over mine, because that's what I like with to add a little bit of, Suzanne. We've got parmesan in the pesto
on the pasta,
which is fine. You can do this. You can do chicken instead of the squid as well, and then of course put loads of parmesan on it if you'd like to.
I'm a parmesan lover, so but yeah, I get the seafood and parmesan thing.
Sometimes it's just a bit overwhelming, and I don't know how many Italians that are very classical would like it very much. But there we go. Everyone's different, and it just depends on what your taste buds like. So. Fantastic. Who else we got? Kathleen Gondapiro.
Christina. Kathleen.
Hello, Christina.
And that's it. So thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you 12:30 next Tuesday.